Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Sophie, for those of you that are new, and for those of you that have caught my videos previously, welcome back. My channel is all about hair care, hair wellness and hair growth. So if you do like what you see in today's video, please do be sure to like, comment and subscribe, but also do hit that notification button. So today I'm doing basically a DIY version of spicy aloe tea. So that is something where it'll take about roughly maybe half an hour or less, but it's pretty quick, and it's something that can really moisturize and nourish and promote hair growth. But not only that, it's something that can actually last for you throughout the whole week, for even maybe 2 weeks. It's something that you can do with some of the ingredients you may have in your cupboard, or something where you can actually consume the item as well as use them on your hair. And I would recommend you can use it when you're doing a refresher, and something that you can do actually when you do your detangling the day before your wash day. I do use aloe vera a lot in my hair routine, and it's something where my first video was actually an aloe and moringa tea, but today I'm doing something to incorporate spices, because spices do actually promote hair growth. So today the main ingredients I'm using are aloe vera and cumin seeds. So let's get into it. This is what my aloe plant looks like. It's pretty big. I get that for about £4-5 from a local market, so you don't have to get the whole plant. Along with that, I'm using cumin seeds. The reason I'm using cumin seeds is they're not as pungent. You can use fenugreek, but be careful, it can smell very strong, so I'm opting for cumin seeds today. So I'm adding 2 tablespoons of cumin first off into a small bowl. So once I've done that, I'm actually going to get a jug. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pour some warm water, about 300 ml of water, into a clear jug, and then that allows me to actually soak the cumin seeds. And this is something that the recipe's not new. This is something that I've taken from like traditional remedies. So I'm going in now and adding my cumin seeds, and then as you can see, they're floating at the top, so I do want to give it a quick shake, so just to make sure that it actually infuses into the water. So now that I've done this, I'm going to soak this overnight. I recommend putting it in the fridge. So now that I've done that, I'm going in now to actually slice up my aloe vera. So as we all know, aloe vera is like a super plant. Aloe vera basically contains certain enzymes which repairs dead skin cells on the scalp. It also acts as a conditioner and makes the hair smooth and shiny. It also promotes hair growth. It prevents itching to the scalp. It reduces dandruff, and it really does condition the hair. It's something that's really soothing, and it is primarily protein for the hair, but it consists of amino acids, oxygen, carbon, and small amounts of hydrogen, nitrogen, sulfur. It's got it all. So aloe vera has a chemical makeup similar of keratin, and it helps rejuvenate the hair with so many nutrients, and it gives elasticity, and it just prevents breakage basically, which is ideal obviously for natural hair growth. So you can basically add it with most things. It's such a super plant, and it actually helps detangle the hair. I noticed when I was using it, it was so fantastic for my hair detangling. So if you don't want to use something that's not natural, then you can opt for that. So now I've basically taken the sides off of my aloe. I'm actually slicing them into sections, as you can see. So I've sliced it into 5 sections. I'm not using the whole leaf, there was still a lot left. And then now what I'm doing is I'm slicing each piece in half, just so I can actually get slices out of them. And I'm now going to put it into a container to start off with. And I'd say be really careful with the knife, it can be very slippery. I've got a knife that's fantastic. It literally is very sharp, but at the same time it's got smooth edges, so it doesn't actually I don't have to worry about getting cut basically. So now that I'm putting the aloe vera into the container, I'm just going on each piece and I'm just slicing it across, and I'm kind of doing it gently, but be mindful because aloe vera is very kind of slippery, it's quite slimy, so you have to be so careful not to cut your hand, cut your fingers or anything like that. You definitely don't want any accidents in the kitchen, but I have done this many a time, so it's kind of easier for me to get around. So this is what the aloe looks like after I've sliced them all up and I've put them in a container. So it's just easier for me to actually get them all in order. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm actually adding the slices to my bottle to actually process them up, and that's the easiest way that I find to get it done, in sections basically. So now that I've added them to the bottle, I'm just giving it a quick blitz. With this, you don't need to blitz it up too much, but I'd say give it a few minutes to actually blend. And then it's going to look very like foamy. I'm looking for a very wet consistency. So now that I've blitzed it up, I'm going in and I'm actually going to strain the aloe vera. So it looks quite foamy, but don't worry about that. It's going to literally go down. It's going to look very liquidy once you've actually strained it. And it's just like bubbles really. It does settle down. So I'm going in and straining it. And again, it's really important we strain this, because what happens if you don't actually strain it, then you'll end up with aloe vera pieces in your hair, which is very unpleasant. So I'm just checking in with my spoon to make sure it's like smooth as possible, and that is both our mixtures done. So now on to the next day. Now we've left it overnight, so now we're ready to actually bring the two together. So now what I'm doing is I'm straining my cumin mix, which was just with water, and as you can see, we've got like some kind of gel, so I'm not wasting that. I'm going to be using that on my skin. So cumin seeds, they're definitely beneficial in the hair growth. They encourage hair growth, they actually strengthen the follicles. So now I'm actually straining the cumin seeds off, the rest of the juice, and I restrain again just to make sure every part of it is done. And I go in with my aloe mixture as well, just the fresh aloe, and they've both been in the fridge overnight, which is really important. So now I'm going in and straining again, and then now it's ready for the applicator bottle. So I'm just going to pour this in. You can do this as well, you can leave that in the fridge, and that is it. So that is it, and that is something that you can use again when your hair feels dry and maybe it just needs a bit of moisture. You can use that in your hair, or you can actually use it the day before your wash day. So I do hope you enjoyed what you saw in today's video, and I do hope to catch you in my next video. Take care for now. Bye bye.